Hey guys, this is Didi Richron here on Jimmy Master Metronics, and today I actually have something I was not expecting at first to actually have at this point to review for you. So it is September 1st. I ordered this this was ordered last Saturday, actually at a baseball game of all places. So this is technically not mine. My friend will order this, but it's basically at my place since like he has. For those of you who haven't seen a few of his videos or had seen them a while back, or even know of him, he has a few items, but I obviously have like a much larger collection and a whole like room dedicated to this stuff. So at this point, this thing is staying here. But yeah. So this is the Gemmy 2017 floating black skeleton ghost. So we first heard about the white skeleton in like March. We weren't sure if it was really going to be produced. We didn't know too much about it. And then we've discovered recently that there is the female ghost at Lowe's. And then there was the sorry, then there's another female version that's a Canadian Tire exclusive. And the white ghost was released and made production, and then this thing came out of nowhere, and it's like on this one site, and that's the only place it's at. So this one is pretty uncommon. Yet I don't even think anyone has the common version because this one is actually only $29, which is incredible compared to the $49 for the white ghost on improvementscatalog.com. So yeah, this is an incredible deal, but this is really cool. I would have never guessed that I would have one at this point, but yeah, in my possession. So, yes, for those of you who do not know, they brought back the iconic Floating Ghost series, and there's actually some improvements from the original series on this ghost. Some of the major things are not as good as the original ghost, obviously, but the things that they did improve are really interesting. So, let's move on to the detail here. So first of all, instead of a button on the pole, it actually comes with a loose button where the wire comes out of the pole, and if you want, you can disconnect the button right there. I do believe that Sunstar and Gemmy did a collaboration thing with this, since it has like some features of a Sunstar item, but like the Gemmy mechanism and everything. Yeah, this is Gemmy. All this up here is Gemmy, for sure. The fabric is obviously Gemmy because it's actually really good quality fabric. And the skull, I'm not too sure. This is pretty much a Gemmy item, but Sunstar may have assisted in producing it. But yeah, it's a Gemmy item, so don't be concerned about that. So it has an actual button, like all the ones this year. And so there's no button right here on the pole. And the pole actually comes in one solid piece rather than in different segments. And if you connected those segments, sometimes they would not go properly, and then you would, like, a section of your ghost would not work. But this just comes assembled. I literally lifted it out of the box, which at the end of the video I'll try and show the box. The shipping box, because it actually came in a brown box inside of another box, so that's really cool. But I will show the box. But so I just basically lifted it out there. Everything was already attached and ready to go. And it was on demo mode, where if you press the button, it'll make the sounds but not float. And that's what the Gemmy Ghost would do, except there would not be any like lights. But this one actually does the lights, it just doesn't float up and down. And then there is an off mode where if you press it, it'll activate normally. And then there's the sensor mode where it'll activate normally, but it'll like on sound sensor. So yeah, this is probably going to last longer just with the design. There are 2 battery compartments right there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. So they brought back the 4 lights. There's the switch. And there's the speaker. And so right here, actually, this little thing that we were like, what is wrong with this? This is actually for a relay. And Bailey had pointed that out in his review of the female ghost. So there's a little plastic piece that sticks down, And this doesn't have magnets in it or anything, but basically, so once this goes in, it pushes the plastic piece up that's right above there, and makes it change direction or stop. The jaw is posable. Well, not really posable, but you can move it if you want on this skeleton, which is pretty cool. The hands, they're pretty decent, but I mean, like they're not the best, but they're good. Um, Now this actually has like nylon string rather than fishing line. Because I know the fishing line would get tangled or snap, but this string may actually last longer. And here's this tag that was on here. And oh, and also there's a loop on the thing that used it to hang it up. So sound and touch activation, and then it basically has the instructions on there, made in China. Just yeah. And just to compare real quick, so here is the original Flying Ghost. This is the only one I have at this point. No loop on the string. This head is actually maybe a little bit lighter than that, but the hands are heavier and header, heavier and better detailed. Um, the pole is not as long, but the ghost itself is much larger. Um, there's no like switch to bring it back up because this is a different mechanism. Because I would say the mechanism in here much better than this one, but this one is built to last. And you don't have to connect any segments at all. But like the fabric, if you look, guys, it's actually like better fabric on this one, which is really surprising. Um, but yeah, so this one is probably built better. It's just a lot easier for it to like mess up. So like I would still overall say like if you were to get the like if you got the like the ghost from that pole and put it on here, then I would say that would be the better of the two because it's I never thought I would come to say it, so it's actually like hard to decide. Like this ghost is made pretty well. The audio though, I don't think the audio is as good as this one. I think the audio is a good choice for the female ghost, but this one not as much. Yes, I've been talking for a full 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Wow, about this thing. So I will now demonstrate it for you. And the lights do flash instead of staying constant. So here we go. I'll just do an up close and then you can also see how this works. Okay, so now I'll just turn the lights off and show you it in the dark. So yeah, and the mechanism is louder, so I definitely do like the mechanism better in the older one. But yeah, like things like the fabric, well, I don't know. The fabric's about the same, it's just this one's transparent and this one's more like full, but I don't know. I think the fabric's about the same. I mean, I don't know which one I would really. I I just think this one's, of course, since it's the original, the animation's a lot better on it. but the Ghost itself is smaller. So there's pros and cons to both. I would like it's just so weird because for the past several years it's like, well, obviously the remake's not going to be as good, but this is like making some competition here. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Anyways, so this is the Gemmy 2017 Black Floating Ghost, the skeleton floating ghost. This is one of 4 versions this year. I highly recommend getting all 4 if you can. The one in Canada, you're gonna have to know somebody in Canada to pick it up from Canadian Tire, but yeah, so, and there may even be another one like at Walmart or something. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.